All right, this meeting is called to order on March 3rd, 4th. March 4th today.
Third.
No, third.
Is it the 3rd? Okay.
My
Yes.
mother's birthday, she would have been 121.
Yeah.
Wow.
My mom's was on the 5th.
112, I'm sorry.
My mom's was on March 5th, so she would have been about 91, 92.
Wow.
Anyway, we know, everybody knows you're older than I am, Bill, so that's good. I'd like to lead you all in the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag, if you put your hand over your heart, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it
stands,
stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. We have a 1-hour meeting. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat dialogue box on the right, or use your raise hand feature. Please mute yourself unless you are speaking, and submit listings for review by 12 noon the day before. So whatever's in there is there now. Welcome to any new attendees we may have. And Lisa, so you bought our coffee and donuts today, so.
I sure did. I hope everyone's enjoying those. Oh, my screen just changed. All right. Good morning, everybody. I am Lisa Wayman with Corner Escrow. Thank you guys so much for having me this morning. I'm just going to keep this real short and sweet. I know you guys have a really full agenda today, so short and sweet, just like I am in real life. I am our business development rep, account executive for our Murrieta branch. We're located off Hancock, and we have about 13 employees in our branch there. And we have 4 escrow officers. Most of you probably know a lot of them. We have Lonnie Pike, Jennifer Underwood, Lori Travis, and Renee Bale. And a special announcement this morning, we just added Renee Bale literally probably 4 days ago. So she just joined our team. We're very happy to have her. Ed, I know that you know her. I see you over there. So I guess combined in our office, we have almost over 120 years of escrow experience, which is a lot of escrow. So you are in good hands over in our Murrieta branch. We also have about 8 locations throughout Southern California. So we go all the way up from LA down to Carlsbad. And the cool thing about that is I know a lot of people are moving, most of them out of state, but if they are moving to Temecula or Murrieta or anywhere over here, we have so many offices that we utilize for our clients who are moving out of state or into our area from Orange County. So all of our offices are open to any of our clients at any time. So that's a cool feature we have. And they're all COVID compliant. All of our offices are locked, and you got to sign the waiver and do the temperature, so you can feel very safe when you have your clients coming to our office. And then something else I just wanted to mention is I have been working I actually have a construction background. So before I was in escrow, I was in construction. I did not build anything. I just was the rep for them. So I cannot build you a house, but I can refer you to a lot of trades. So something that our clients really enjoy is I have a ton of trades contacts that also all bill through escrow. So if you ever need a flooring guy or a general contractor or a tile guy or a painter or anything like that, I have so many connections that bill through escrow, and we work really closely with them. So if you need any of that, feel free to reach out to me. All of my contact information is already in the chat, so make sure you take that down. And thank you guys so much for having me. I hope you all stay healthy and happy, and thanks so much.
Okay, did you know, Sylvia?
So we had 247 closed transactions this last week. So congratulations to all of our realtors who are active, very active still with sales.
Okay, now we have C.A.R. updates with the directors, SRCAR directors And I don't know who's first, but whoever's first, come on.
Hey, I guess I lost the coin flip. No, actually, it's good to see everybody today. It's good to get in front of you every once in a while. I know that I'm around all the time and things. I'm around most of you all the time and things, but it's nice to see a bunch of you here at the same time. I will be glad, like most people, when we can actually get together. I wonder what's going to happen with the attendance when that. It's like, it's so convenient for us to get on Zoom everywhere. We can get on with 1 minute before the meeting time starts. And I'm curious to, not only do I want to see people in person, but I'm curious as to how much that's going to change our overall thing. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. As you know, you as an association have some C.A.R, California Association directors. And 3 times a year, we meet at various locations. This year, we met in my office, and Mike's office, and Walter's office, and everybody just Zoomed because we couldn't go anyplace, as has been the case with most things. But we did have all of our a week's worth, about a week and a half's worth of C.A.R meetings. When we, you have 13 members of a board of directors for SRCAR, and about 7 of those are responsible to be directors with C.A.R. So that's kind of how that's divvied out a little bit. The population of our membership determines how many directors we have that can go participate at C.A.R. We also have assignments that are, we're appointed by C.A.R leadership to various committees or various forums or whatever. And we're required to attend those and participate in the voting and trying to establish different things that hopefully is for the benefit of everybody. That's the way we go in. That being said, I have a few committees that I'm assigned to. One of them, and I've talked about this in the past, so this is going to be no surprise to you, but for some reason, I'm in my 9th year of a maximum of 2 3-year terms. So you tell me how the math works on that, but that's with housing affordability. You're not supposed to be able to stay on there for more than 2 3-year terms, but for some reason they keep assigning me there. So housing affordability, I hope some of you received or got to get in on the most recent statewide housing affordability fund program that was going on. It was a home essentials program, started a few months back, and when it started, it was $1,200 for home essentials that was given to people that were first-time buyers and needed help. You had to apply through C.A.R. We dedicated $500,000 to that, and it went in about 2 months. So it kind of went fast, but hopefully some of you got involved. We also are in the process trying to put together a new program at this time. I can't give you all the prelims because we haven't gotten it all figured out. But in addition to that, the Inland Gateway, which is one of our neighbors, they received a $25,000 grant for home inspection money. And all anybody is trying to do with this grant money and things is try to make housing a little more affordable. And you all know that we have all kinds of costs going into a home, and they decided that it would help to have home inspections taken care of for some of these people. So that program is going on. By the way, any of these programs, since you're a realtor, you can actually participate in any of them, regardless of what association it's through. So if you are selling a property in what would be the Inland Gateway area, Corona or Norco or something like that, you're welcome to apply and take advantage of those programs as well. California Desert Association received a $50,000 grant for buyer's closing costs. Same thing, if you're selling out there in the desert, then you can apply for that for your clients just like anybody else can. And Tuolumne County, and I don't know if you know where that's at, but it's north and it's mostly in flame most of the time, it seems like. And they are having a heck of a time with fire insurance. And so they received a $50,000 grant to help individual homeowners secure fire insurance when they're rebuilding and or just trying to get all their premiums have changed. It was amazing to see some of the rate changes. Let's see, who did I see on there that was insurance? I'm not going to, oh, Daniel, yeah. And I don't know how it's affecting us down here and things, but you get up north and it's just killing them up there. You know, insurance rates have gone from where it might be $700 or $900 a year or something like that for a premium to where it's $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 and even more. So it's just become a real critical issue to them. So anyway, we gave them $50,000 to try to help out with that a little bit. So they're working their way through that. One of the other committees that I serve on is taxation and government finance. The biggest thing that came out of, and we talked about a lot of things, a couple of hours worth of things, but the biggest thing that came out of it was an action item for C.A.R. to oppose, unless amended, ACA 1. And I don't know if you know what that is. I'm not going to go through all the details of it, but you can get on line and look up ACA 1. It's an assembly constitutional amendment. You know, you usually hear us say AB is an assembly bill and SB is a Senate bill. Well, this is ACA, which is an assembly constitutional amendment, and they're trying to amend the voter requirement on a lot of the bond issues and things from 2/3 to 55%. And we kind of like the 2/3 because it requires a little bit of, especially when they're talking about funds and what they can use the bond money for and everything. We kind of hate to turn it over, especially, I don't care what political agenda you may have or anything, but whether you're Republican or Democrat, if you're in a supermajority state, which we are at this time, and I'm not even going to tell you who the supermajority is. But anyway, if when you're in that kind of state, you don't want to, it's pretty scary to think that you could pass it with just a little more than half, when way more than half are actually one party or the other. So we're in favor of trying to maintain that 55%. And so that's going on right now. It's one of the million bills that Walter's got on his table right now, trying to look through and keep on top of. One of the other committees that I serve on is transaction and regulatory. And a couple of things came out of that. One thing is that C.A.R. in conjunction with N.A.R. support appraisal bifurcation. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a hybrid appraisal where more than one party is involved in determining value and things. Anyway, we actually are in favor of that if it comes down. I'm not going to go through the list, but again, you can get on C.A.R.'s website. You can pull up all of the discussion points that went on there. They have briefing papers on it and things, but there's a lot of benefit to being able to separate who and when appraisals can be done and who takes care of what. One person can do the appraisal and another person can do the numbers and things, kind of like you working with the TC. You know, it frees you up to do other things. The other thing is that C.A.R. in conjunction with N.A.R. eliminate the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac risk-based pricing. You know that with Fannie and Freddie, percentages go all over the board as far as their costs and things go. And they want it to, they're trying to get it to be more like FHA, that is flat fees regardless of the price of your property and things. So those are kind of the things that we're moving on right now. In federal committee, I'm not going to go over a whole lot of those right now. We'll wait and see how they materialize. But I think that's all I have for now. Who wants to be next? Mike?
I'll go next. I'm going to talk about the forms, releases, and updates that came out in December. So Sylvia is going to get it up there. So the first one is the new form, the Home Fire Hardening Disclosure and Advisory. This form satisfies the disclosure requirements that started January 2021. concerning home hardening, respectively. This form is used if the property is in a high or very high fire severity zone. And you can see that when you get your NHD report. So new form. The second new form that came out is the Fair Housing and Discrimination Advisory. This form was actually released in October. I'm sure everybody has seen this already because it's attached to your listing agreement packet and your RPA packet or any of the purchase contracts packets. This form is, like I said, released in October, and it provides guidance and information related to fair housing, to the fair housing laws, and how it relates to real estate. It provides some of the best practices, do's and don'ts. This form will be bundled, like I said, it's bundled with the purchase agreements and listing agreements, buyer representation agreements, and lease agreements. This form, and there's been a big push at NAR and C.A.R. With dealing with fair housing. I'm going to post a link in the chat to, there was a Newsday investigative report that Newsday did over several years in Long Island, that they went in and investigated to see if different groups were being treated the same by realtors. So I posted the link in the chat if you're interested in watching it. There's a big article in there, but there's also a video of a lot of that. They took a lot of video when they did this investigative report. So that fair housing is kind of the a result of that investigation. So a big push at NAR for fair housing, a big push at C.A.R. For fair housing. The next form, now all the next forms are updated forms of existing forms. So the contingency for the sale of the buyer's property, this form has been restructured to modify and assist with creating a contingency for the buyer to be possible to sell another property and bring funds to the purchase of the subject property. So it's just, there was a restructuring of that form. So that's why that one came out, updated. The next one is the contingency removal form. It has been updated to reflect the changes made to the previous form. So the contingency for the sale of the buyer's property. The next one is the notice of buyer to perform. This form has been updated to reflect the changes made to the contingency for the sale of the buyer's property. Again, if you're do any property management, the next form is the rent cap and just cause amendment or addendum. This form has been reorganized to bring the exemptions to the front of the form and make it more prominent for a non-corporate owners to check the box confirming they are exempt. So that exemption applies if you are, you own a single family residence and you're renting it out, you're exempt from the rent cap. So they wanted to bring that to the front. And then the last form update was the square footage and lot size disclosure and advisory. If you're not aware of the Hariki case that was out of Malibu, with Coldwell Banker out of Malibu and the Coldwell Banker out of Beverly Hills, this is a result of that. And the update of this form was to reorganize and clarify each party's representations and acknowledgements. If you are not a broker and you're I would have that discussion with your broker and see when this is required. I require my agents to use this form if there's any discrepancy on any of the public documents related to square footage. So if there's the county shows one thing and the seller's representing something else, or there's an appraisal report that has another square footage number, if there's any type of discrepancy on square footage, I would have them use this form. So those are the new forms that came out in December and then the one in October. Any questions on the forms? All right, and then I do have an update I see Terry over there waving his hand. But I do have an update. There was a lot of discussion on the new RPA that's set to release this December. The current RPA is 10 pages. The new one is going to be 16 pages in its current draft. There is a red line version available on the C.A.R. website, the draft version, if you're interested in taking a look at it and getting a sneak peek at it. The first page lays out like a spreadsheet type with all the terms and conditions on it, and it covers the first page, the second page, and the third page. So it kind of lays everything out to put what all the terms are kind of in a spreadsheet format on that on the purchase contract. Like I said, it is a red line version, so there are some changes and some additions being added to it. But again, it's going to be a big change from the current RPA, and like I said, it's going to be 16 pages in its current draft form. So again, if you're interested in looking at this, it is available on the C.A.R. website, and if you need the link, I can provide that. And that's all I got on forms.
Okay, I guess I get the rest. Okay, put all my stuff back together here. Okay, these are motions through the committees. Committees make motions and passes through the committees, and then they go to final the board of directors at C.A.R. So I'll just cover the motions that were passed by the board of directors on the last day from the committees. At a Fair Housing and Diversity Task Force, that as soon as practical, C.A.R. to create a fair housing policy committee, which will be a new standing committee. And as soon as possible, as soon as practical, C.A.R. create a diversity committee, which will be a new standing committee with the following mission statements. And number 3, that as soon as practical, C.A.R. create a fair housing and diversity forum. So that was the 3 out of fair housing. Home ownership housing is that C.A.R. sponsored legislature in 2022 to conform to federal regulations and provide owner occupants and public entities with an opportunity to purchase government sponsored entities backed REO properties for 20 days before they come on the market. B, to require the lenders to receive and provide written acknowledgement of all offers during that 20-day period. And C, require financial institutions to respond to officers may purchase to the First Look program. And D is to prohibit the GSEs from conducting bulk sales in California. Okay. Out of land use, the C.A.R. Watch SB 82, it's a measure that seeks to establish a program aimed at buying our coastal homeowners willing to sell their properties. So if a coastal homeowner has a property they're having a hard time selling, they can sell it to the government at a reasonable price. Out of legislative committee, that C.A.R. adopt a not real estate related position on a yet unnumbered ballot proposition that will appear on the November 8, 2022 ballot, requires the state to regulate to reduce plastic waste. So it's not real estate related. So I don't even know why that came up, but it did. Standard forms, Michael covered. And I think that's all of the other committees that had motions that came to the floor that was not covered. So that's all that's happened to C.A.R. other than the bills that they want to sponsor or fight against. And so far, I believe the number for California, which is 2,481, 1,634 out of the Assembly and 847 out of the Senate. They can't introduce any more bills. That was shut off last week. Now, what they can do is gut them in the bills that are there now that they did introduce. you'll see my RPAC behind me. Those monies to fight some of these bad bills that are coming out. And two of the main ones that we're going to be fighting, trying to get them to kill them before they even get into committee, or kill them within committee, because we really don't want these to come to the floor. And that's AB 946, which will eliminate your MID, mortgage interest deductions, on all properties except your personal residence. So no more second home MIDs if this goes through. 1199, they want to create an excise tax for the privilege of renting and leasing 10 or more properties in the state of California. So those are the two major ones that we're looking at right now, among the other hundreds that we're looking at and going through. But those are two we're really fighting. These are the two that we'll be sitting with our legislators locally to get them to kill these in committee. And that's all I have, unless there's any other questions about any other bills or committees.
Thank you, gentlemen. We certainly appreciate all the great information. We're going to move on to today's properties. Committee updates. Nikki, are you there?
I don't think she's on, but I am the affiliate co-chair. And
There
we
you
just-
go.
Hello, hello again.
Our
We
spot-
just had an affiliate meeting yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And we do have a couple fun things coming up that we are planning, but no dates or anything permanent right now. So we'll keep you posted. But there are some cool things in the works. That's all I got.
Okay, cool. Hemet events, Gus. Are you there?
I don't think Gus is on, but I'm glad to share. And if anyone else on the committee, we're working.
And what was your name, ma'am?
My name is Heather Clark.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dave. Yeah, we're very excited that we are planning another in person, because we really can't play virtual golf, I don't think. Anyway, we are planning some great things for you, and we're going to meet as a committee next week to finalize, and we'll be coming out with some great information as to where that golf tournament's going to be, when. I believe it's approximately May, but so get ready for some great things to come up. And also, we raised a great amount of money for our virtual bingo last week. My first time ever playing virtual bingo. It was a blast. And Sylvia, do you remember that amount we raised?
I don't remember the exact amount, but it was about like 2,800. Yeah, we're close to 3,000.
So great job, everybody.
That's awesome. And that went to the scholarship committee, is that right?
Yes, it went to scholarship.
Yeah.
That's right. Can I speak out of turn? Are you done, Heather? I'm sorry. I feel like I kind of cut you off.
Absolutely. Go for it, Molly.
Okay. So I just, on behalf of scholarship, I wanted to thank the Hemet Events Committee for having this this virtual bingo event and taking my crazy suggestion and running with it and making it a huge success. I think it'll happen again. So stay tuned for that. I thought it was great. I couldn't stay the whole time, but I was so appreciative of everyone who showed up, sponsored, and bought raffle tickets. So that, and then also I want to thank the affiliate committee for coming alongside us because we are missing out on our big, event being Texas Hold'em. So far, maybe something will change, right, Sylvia? But
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I just want to thank those committees both for partnering with scholarship to help give these kids the scholarships. And as we all know, it's a rough time to be a senior. And if you have a senior, please encourage them to apply because the application period has begun. Thank you.
Okay,
Dave, can I say something real quick?
sure, go right ahead.
It kind of goes hand in hand with what she was saying about applying for scholarships and things. One thing that we decided As a board of directors, as we're putting together this year's budget, we're not going to cut down on the amount of scholarships that we give out this year, even if we have to pull the money from someplace else. Obviously, the scholarship fundraising helps, and we hope, and we couldn't do that too many times in a row, but we usually give out somewhere between 20 and 25 scholarships, and that is still our intent. The kids have missed out on a lot as they've gone through their senior years. I've heard them talking about things that I didn't even really give any thought to, but missing proms and missing everything else. And I have a son who's a counselor at a high school who works with them every day, trying to convince them that it's worthwhile to apply for their scholarships and grants everywhere they can. And so it's a tough time for them, and we need to be there to assist them. If we can replace the funds that we pull out of every place with these fundraisers and stuff, that's great. If we can't, we're still going to give the money away. So just wanted to let you know that scholarships, they should be applying right now.
Thank you, Terry. Barbara, do you have anything? Are you there?
Barbara is not here, but there is an education committee today at 10 a.m. So after this meeting, if you want to join in, and there's also a SIG class coming up on March 23rd for contracts and addendums.
Okay, thank you. Debbie Cosom. Okay,
No update from us.
okay. Property management, Debbie Thomas.
She's not here, but we do invite you to join us next Wednesday at 10 a.m. for our property management task force. We're going to be working on creating a vendor list, so the different property managers are going to share the different vendors that they use to create an easy database to work with, along with our affiliate and partner list that we already have. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Property management would be, that's the same, right? Okay. Jenna Garza, are you there?
Jenna is not here, but I can speak on behalf of YPN.
Well, hello, Molly.
Sorry. So anyway, I just wanted to thank everyone that came to our first virtual event for 2021. We had a top producer panel focusing on how people are shifting their efforts to succeed in our current market, which we all know is super crazy. So thank you to, we had about 100 people show up, which was great. And we had a great group of top producers. So thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Molly. Legislative, Norm, are you there? Okay, Norm apparently isn't here, but we've had quite an update today anyway. Scholarship, Molly, did you have anything to add?
I think you've heard enough from me already today.
Well, just Pauline on MLS marketing. And Curtis on orientation and/or WCR.
Orientation's this Friday.
Oh, well, Curtis is preparing for that, I'm sure.
Yep.
So, okay. What are we, education and event updates? Haven't we? Oh boy, I'm going to have to read that. Okay. That's better. Okay. Education meeting today. On Thursday, tomorrow, we have fresh listings at 9 o'clock every month from Instagram, the Paperless Agent, 9 a.m. Menifee networking and property preview, 10 a.m. learn all the advanced features of Lone Wolf transactions, zip form edition, learn what the little twirling thing means. Never mind. Okay, Marietta Temecula networking and property preview at 12 p.m. because people just don't get up early. And then at Friday on March 5th, Realtor orientation, that's an invitation only. Monday on March 8th, the staff meeting will be closed until 12 noon. At 12 p.m., the SRC YPN committee meeting And that's, looks like they're gonna double up on that, so it's twice. Tuesday, the Legislative Committee meeting at 10 a.m., 1:30, the MLS Operations Committee at 2 p.m., the SRCAR Hemet Events Committee, and then on Wednesday, March 10th, we have the SRCAR Property Management Task Force at the same time, the top producer tech tips, and at 11 a.m., the Real Estate Forecast Summit commercial update. At 1:30, NAR and the Photofy University getting started with Photofy, 30 minutes. Is that it? Or we have another page? Okay. We have a legal town hall, and Mr. Adam is going to be hosting that, and that will be on March 12th, which is probably somewhere around a week from now. And it's fair housing, CRMLS, issues with that, C.A.R. issues, forms, SOP, and about hate speech and using your non-C.A.R. forms and much more, question and answers, and bring your questions. Okay, so is this something I'm reading, Sylvia? Okay, all right. If you want to become disciplined, after 45 years, seriously, and consistent in your performance, you need to become more disciplined and consistent in your growth. Take time to consider the following question. Do you know what you need to improve? And discipline by action, driven by passion. Do we know? I guess that's another do you know, Sylvia.
So it is a class happening on March 26th with Alicia Amodio.
Okay. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I had my screen too big because I couldn't read the little print. All right. We're back to that $25 per session, and it's Alicia. You're going to help me on that, aren't you? Armadio, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Town crier, please submit town criers to srcar.org under MLS town crier by 3 p.m. the day before the MLS marketing. And attention SRCAR affiliates, if you would like to reserve dates in 2021 for the affiliate spotlight sponsor, please contact Sylvia, Stephanie, and or Diane.
That's it.
And we are officially adjourned unless someone has other ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have one last comment. I am still collecting canned food items until this Friday for the Hemet Community Pantry. So if you have some items that you want to drop off, you have until this Friday. Thank you to everyone who participated in the blood drive and dropped off food during that week. And we're very grateful.
Great job, David.
Have a good day today, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye now.
Bye,
Bye,
you guys.
guys.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.